Morning, it's the 14th of November 2020. Ashley here with my Stoic thought of the day from The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. Everything is change. Meditate often on the swiftness which all that exists and is coming into being is swept by us and carried away. For substance is like a river's unending flow, its activities continually changing and causes infinitely shifting, so that almost nothing at all stands still. So everything is change. Marcus Aurelius. And the author talks about how Marcus borrowed Heraclitus's metaphor, which says, "No man steps in the same river twice." And that was based on the river will always be different and the man will always be different. And here he talks about how things around us, how situations, people, places, diseases, fortune, wealth, fame, poverty, jobs, love, divorce, hate, anger, resent. It's like a river. It's like constantly changing. And he talks about when we get upset about things changing, it's like we feel like we have a choice in that matter of, we feel as though we have some control of external things. But instead we can just flow with it. We can just flow with the change. Because essentially we can only control our own actions, our thoughts, feelings and actions. And yeah, as I said yesterday, reflect on, how getting upset about external things is serving you. How is it affecting you? For me, I got COVID in August this year, and yeah, when you initially get it, there's fear, because you hear in the media things, and yeah, I was in fear, I was in lack, I was scared, and yeah, I went to blame other people. When I caught the condition, I was on a volunteering program, and I was sort of blaming the organisers of the volunteering program to how they sort of performed, how they sort of organised a program, because I didn't want to. That's what we normally do. We try to resist accepting, this is the situation. This is like, for example, with COVID, accepting you have a condition, disease, and like yesterday, okay, now I'm vulnerable. How can I turn this into a positive? Like Mr. X yesterday. Who was it? Malcolm X, formerly known as Malcolm Little. He went to prison but he used that being in prison as a positive experience, and he learned and came out and was responsible for a lot of good things in the civil rights movement. So when you're distressed, or when something happens that makes you feel vulnerable, maybe you could think about this quote of everything is changing and everything is change, and feel as though, okay, how can I flow with what is happening now, and how will that serve me? Because life is like a river. Everything's just going past us. We have it, and then it goes away to someone else. We get born, we die. Nothing is permanent. Everything is just on loan for however long. And it's our job just to be grateful for what we have, but being aware of how attached to both things we are. Because anything that we perceive as good or bad is just shifting and running past us. We're here a very short time, and think about, when you're maybe blaming other people or places or things, how is that serving you, and why do you feel as though you have control of external things? So that's my thought for today, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. It's the start of a new week, except in November.